Okay, so you're probably pretty careful online, right? You check your privacy settings, you think before you post. But what if I told you the biggest risk to your privacy isn't what you do, but what your friends do? It's something called your digital shadow, this invisible trail of data about you, created by other people, totally outside of your control. And today, yeah, we're going to drag that shadow right out into the light. And look, this isn't some far off hypothetical scenario. Think about it. A friend posts an innocent picture of you at a volleyball game, just like this quote says. That photo can be scraped up by data brokers, sold off, and then used to make some pretty serious decisions about you. We're talking about your insurance rates, your credit score, maybe even a job offer. A single click from a friend can start this ripple effect you never even see coming. So could a friend's innocent post actually cost you? Well, think about all the little data points. A tag from a protest, a check-in from a restaurant, a picture from a party. When that stuff gets shared without your okay, it can have real consequences you never saw coming. So the answer to that question, it's a huge resounding yes. And that right there is the heart of the issue. It's not just about your own digital hygiene anymore. It's about this massive privacy blind spot that other people create. So look at this. On the left, that's what we usually think of as privacy management, right? Our own posts, our settings, the stuff we feel like we have some say over. But then, look at the right side. That's the Wild West. That's your digital shadow. It's the photos your friends upload, the tags they add. And this is the really critical part, the inferences these platforms make. They can literally guess your political views or your health status, all without you ever saying a single word about it. Okay, so why is this so incredibly hard to control? Well, it really just comes down to the sheer scale of it all. We're not just talking about a little stream of data here. This is an absolute deluge. 6 billion. Just let that sink in. A few years back, that was how many photos were being uploaded to a platform like Facebook every single month. That number is even bigger now. So how on earth could any one person possibly keep track of whether they're in that ocean of data? The simple answer is you can't. And this data deluge, it creates two really big, kind of hidden threats. First, there's just no way for you to know about every single photo or mention of you out there. It's impossible. And second, the platforms use all that data for what's called unauthorized inference. Basically, they analyze everything to guess really sensitive things about you, things you absolutely never chose to share. But the danger isn't just in what you can see in the photo itself. There are these, well, you could call them ghosts in the machine. It's hidden data that travels along with every single file you and your friends upload. This hidden data has a name. It's called metadata, and it's basically a digital fingerprint. Every photo you take can embed the exact GPS coordinates of where you were, the time, even your phone's unique ID. So when a friend uploads a picture of you, all of that invisible data can just travel right along with it. So you might be wondering, how common is this, really? Well, a study looked at thousands of mobile photos on Flickr, and what they found was pretty startling. Over a third of them, 34%, had precise GPS location data embedded right there in the file. That is a ton of location history just being shared, completely unintentionally. Okay, so let's just connect the dots here. If about a third of mobile photos have that GPS data, and let's say about a third of those photos have other people in them, well, you do the math. That means roughly 1 out of every 10 photos taken on a smartphone could be compromising someone's location privacy. And the crazy part is, they might never ever know that photo even exists. All right, I know. The problem sounds huge, it's complex, and yeah, it's frankly a little scary. But it's not hopeless. So the big question is, how do we start to get some of that control back? Well, there's no single silver bullet here. The solution has to be a multi-layered response where pretty much everyone has a role to play. You've got the platforms themselves. They need to build better walls. You've got data scientists who need to handle all this data more ethically. And then there's us, the users. We just have to be more aware. So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, for the platforms, it means building better walls, using things like those CAPTCHAs, the click all the traffic lights things, to stop mass data scraping. For data scientists, it's about using clever techniques like k-anonymity, which basically just lumps individuals into bigger groups so you can't single anyone out. You could even imagine something like a privacy watchdog tool that pings you if a photo taken near you suddenly pops up online. So let's bring this all back home. All of this data we've been talking about, the tags, the photos, the hidden metadata, all of it comes together to form your digital shadow. And protecting it? That's not just a one-person job. At the end of the day, protecting our privacy in this era of big data isn't just on you. It has to be about shared accountability. A problem is big, this massive, it requires a fundamental shift in how we all think about and handle data. So what does that mean? It means platforms need to design for privacy right from the get-go, from the ground up. It means data scientists have to use ethical practices that protect people. And what about us? Our role is to be mindful, not just of what we share about ourselves, but also what our posts might be revealing about our friends and family. And that really leaves us with one final and I think really important question. In a world that's this connected, where our lives are all tangled up together online, does it even make sense anymore to think of privacy as a purely individual right? Or is it time we start treating it as a collective responsibility, something we all have to protect for each other? It's definitely something to think about.